You have been well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
Yes, my master.
Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Chance Cube's game commentary videos. This week we're coming to you with the first round of a Spirit of Rebellion release tournament held at the Mighty Meeple in Concord, North Carolina. So let's jump into the action. As I mentioned, everybody, this is round one from the Spirit of Rebellion release tournament in Concord, North Carolina at the Mighty Meeple. On the left, you have myself playing ePoe, eMaz, running the Emperor's Throne Room Battleground. And on the right, you have the man, the myth, the Nathan Miracle. Yeah, that's pretty cheesy, I know. He brought Count Dooku, FN2199, which I'll just refer to as Nines, and a Tusken Raider with the Rebel War Room. So there was a lot of talk before this event about just how powerful Nines could be. So we'll see what our early version of this looks like from Nathan today. Meanwhile, I'm running ePoe, eMaz. It's basically Poe Ray, but Maz makes it a little bit faster, and you get access to some really good yellow cards, such as Thermal Detonator and Fast Hands, which make Poe even better than he already is. So you see we're mulliganing, shuffling back up, and we'll see how round one goes. So the one thing I will mention is not all of the cards, we didn't have access to them, obviously, since we had basically whatever supplies we had that day come in for each of us. I think I had ordered like a box and a half and borrowed some cards from some friends. I think Nathan did the same thing. So we see rolling for initiative here, and Nathan wins, and obviously he is not going to take my battleground because that just helps ramp up Poe too fast. So I put the two shields on Poe. Probably should put them on Maz more often than not, just because she's usually the one that people will target down. We see people rolling in. Nathan has 4 damage showing right now, which is pretty lethal. I roll in, don't get the special, but spending 1 to get that 3 damage is always pretty good. And you see I'm focusing down Nines here. He's the most lethal character in this matchup. However, Dooku is the hardest to kill, so it's kind of an odd scenario. See the power of Maz here, being able to resolve 2 of your dice, so 1 into a focus into a special, and then popping Nines for 4 more damage. Problem is, it's basically all the damage I'm going to get to do. I could potentially do 1 more with Maz, but I can't kill Nines in round 1, which is really what I want to do. Otherwise, he can do his end of round shenanigans and really have a bad day in store for me. Meanwhile, Nathan has a 2-cost upgrade, so he's able to just kind of overwrite it and do stuff without having to have too many resources because of Nine's ability. He also hasn't activated the Tusken yet, which means that, if I claim, I'm pretty much guaranteed almost to lose Maz this round. She has 3 health remaining. If he has any good upgrades in hand and can roll some damage, just shows the power of what Nines can do. So we see Nathan Tan. Looks like he has a lightsaber and 2 flamethrowers. So definitely some ways to deal damage. So he replaces that gaffy stick with a flamethrower and gets enough to just wipe out Maz round 1. So definitely not the start I want to see. Losing Maz that early hurts, especially when Nathan's now able to get a weapon with redeploy on it. It means that when I kill Nines, it just moves over to the Tusken or to Dooku, and so not quite the start I was hoping for, especially with the quality of cards in my hand. The problem is I didn't have any way to mitigate damage in that opening hand. I should have mulliganed a little bit more aggressively to get that mitigation instead of sitting on the cards that I was holding. So now my best option, roll in Poe and hope for, some guns, some specials. I throw the damage at 9s just to put him close to dead so that I can potentially kill him quicker, but not doing so hot. So I'm thinking about playing the DL-44 Heavy Blaster. Instead, I play defensive positions just to remove that dice. If I would have played the DL-44, he probably would have just removed the 1 damage, and I would have still been taking 3 to the face. So it's not looking too good for Poe here. He has a lot of health to chew through, which is the problem. So I discard to reroll, get a resource disruption, which is not helping me whatsoever. Nathan is sitting on way too many resources for that to be a thing, and he keeps rolling more resources. And I keep discarding, trying to get some damage in order to kill 9s. Instead, he plays he doesn't like you to keep him alive. So, probably the worst thing that could have happened right there, because it means I can't kill 9s now. And I can't do any damage because I have nothing left to do. And I discarded my 1 card that was dice removal. So, pretty much in a bad situation where Nathan's able to just kind of ramp up resources, not worry too much about actually doing damage, because he has 9's ability at the end of the round if he needs it to just kind of swap stuff out and roll in more damage. Instead, I think he claims here, which is probably the best. I think I was passing to see if he was going to roll in some more weapon upgrades. He didn't end up doing that. So as you see, we're both sitting on a lot of resources right now, and I draw into my hyperspace loop here. So that could come in handy if he's able to roll out a lot of damage. We'll see how I decide to play this out. I have a few options. I can hold off on the hyperspace loop for a while, seeing if I can get some other things rolled in quickly. I think what I do, play the holdout, gain an extra action. Probably roll in Poe here, or I just hyperspace loop, which is the wrong decision. I should have rolled Poe in, seen what he got with fast hands, potentially killed 9s right there, and instead I do it wrong because hyperspace just ends it. Nathan still has the first action, so poor sequencing there on my part. I should have just rolled Poe in with that ambush action. But, I was trying not to take the damage. We see the lightsaber coming down, another one on 9s. I'm able to roll in, get Poe's special, and 3 damage to everything. Nathan discards a card here to prevent one of those on Dooku, which is my worry in this matchup, is that he's going to be able to just prevent so much damage. The other issue is the redeploy on those lightsabers. If I had been able to take out 9s before he was able to get those out, I'm not looking like I'm in a bad situation. Nathan also then puts them on the Tusken, which means that I'm probably going to have to kill the Tusken next, but the lightsabers are just going to continue to hop around. So the power of redeploy weapons with 9s is pretty apparent here. I get a C-3PO out, so that means I'm going to have more consistency, especially with the battlefield, in getting Poe's special going. But we see Nathan loading down both of his characters, so this is going to be an uphill battle for Poe right now, because he has 2 decked out characters that he's facing. Albeit the Tusken only has 5 health remaining, but that's still that still is a lot to contend with, especially when both of those lightsabers potentially are going to bounce over to Dooku. So I try and use 3PO on the modified side, but we were talking about it, and we didn't think that you could use the modified side because it doesn't necessarily, it has a value, but it's just a modifier side. Not sure how that worked. I probably should look into it. But I believe we made the right call in not being able to do that. So my best option is probably to use the 3PO dice to switch Poe to a special if I have a high damage card. I believe I have a cheat in hand, so I could get back either the thermal detonator or the Falcon in order to just pump through some more raw damage. I was checking out the U-Wing, seeing if, okay, maybe I want that back. But I think the right card to get here is potentially the whatchamacallit, the Falcon, in order to put the most damage into the Tusken that I can. Except I had a Falcon in hand, so 4 more damage to the Tusken. 1 away from death. If I'm able to kill the Tusken right here, that's probably a pretty good turn for me. It means I only have to deal with Dooku. I have 1 card left in hand, so I can discard it to re-roll, except Nathan has that discard side, so I have no re-roll options. I can claim. It doesn't really do me anything because the Holdout Blaster doesn't have a special, but it allows me to go first on the next round. And Nathan as well only has 1 card in hand, so if he discards to reroll, he potentially gets a ton of damage. But if he doesn't get a ton of damage, I'm looking okay. He gains a resource, discards to reroll, and gets a ton of damage. So he is doing a total of, looks like 6 damage to me. So prevent 1 with the shield and take 5. So Poe is hurting, and I am only running 1 hyperspace loop in this deck. Plus, with the errata, it would be removed, so I can't loop it. So unless I can draw into some defensive positions and field medic, some way to stay alive, I'm pretty much done for. Just because I can't effectively kill Dooku quick enough. Especially with the extra upgrades and lightsabers out. Couple things you'll notice. A few of the cards that I'm running in this Poe eMaz deck, I just kind of been trying them out to see how they worked. I had Planetary Uprising in the deck just to give it a shot and see how it works, since the deck is quite fast. I figured I would be claiming quite often. However, the problem is the deck doesn't really want as many of the doesn't have many resources available, because I'm usually spending them on the pay sides for Poe, playing upgrades, playing mitigation, stuff like that. And I just never was finding a good opportunity the entire tournament to get Planetary Uprising out. So, Nathan rolling in, getting a focus, some damage sides. You can potentially focus that lightsaber special into some damage. I play defensive position again here to remove 1, mainly because it's my best option. He can either just resolve and deal 3 to me right then and there, or he can use the focus, or as he did, use the force. Either way, I take a lot of damage in this scenario, and there's not many good ways to prevent it. I also kind of figure that since Nathan doesn't have much in the way of mitigation, because he didn't mitigate my dice, that I'm kind of safe in that aspect. You see that he plays a close quarters assault, hitting my U-Wing, which was primarily my plan, was to roll in 3PO, get the special and hit with a U-wing for a little bit more damage. Instead, Nathan just starts obliterating my hand, making it so that I have no way to really get damage out. And then I'm taking 5 damage here. 2 unblockable, which doesn't matter, I have no shields. And then another 3 melee damage. So Poe is all but dead. He has 2 health remaining. I get to act first, but I played both of my defensive positions. Unless I'm able to get into field medics, possibly something to heal Poe up here. He's not looking good. He has so much health to burn through. He has 7 health on Dooku plus all of the shield triggers. So conservatively, let's just say he's still sitting at 10 health. I can't burn through 10 health in effectively 1 action. Unless I was able to roll 2 specials here and have 2 falcons in hand. That would be one way to get some damage, but you see Nathan rolls in and gets just all of the melee. I can remove one of his dice, but nothing matters. So he was able to put the hurting on eMaz. You see the power of 9. I actually really like the version that Nathan was running here, because Dooku is near impossible to kill when he's usually your last target. 9s in this matchup has to be your first target, otherwise he can just keep cycling in cards. But when all is said and done, Nathan's able to pull that one out with some good rolls, some weird, odd, bad play on my part to start out with, but that is it for round 1. We'll come back with you guys next week for round 2. And that concludes another one of the Chance Cubes gameplay videos. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoy the Chance Cubes videos and you want to get more from us, please visit us at thechancecube.com. You can also join us and like us on Facebook at The Chance Cube, or you can follow us on Twitter at The Chance Cube. Till next time, everybody, may the Force be with you.